Hello, welcome to Unlimited Splash, where we get better at Magic together through a new draft every day. Today is Sunday, which means we have 2 days left to entertain ourselves before Secrets of Strixhaven comes out on Tuesday. So today I'm going to be jumping into a draft of Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. This actually is an all-timer draft format. People who love to draft swear by this format. However, I've only drafted it, I think, 4 times over the course of about that many years. So even if you don't know this format, I think this will be a cool one to watch to see my thought process in trying to figure out, to me, what's basically a brand new draft format in real time. You can see how I approach the challenge of building a deck when I frankly don't really know the cards, and try to evaluate card quality in real time, because that's exactly what all of us are going to have to do starting on Tuesday with Secrets of Strixhaven. And then if you are watching this on Sunday, I want to mention that tomorrow, Monday, I'm going to do viewer game or draft review videos. I'm trying to get a few submissions for viewers' draft logs, or it could be a sealed event as well. And then if I get enough to do this, I'm going to go over people's logs and I'm going to make positively minded, constructive, learner-oriented feedback. I'm just looking for 1 or 2 more logs to make this video work. So if that does sound cool to you, I'll do it on video, and I promise it'll be nice and polite and should be, I hope, helpful in the weeds feedback, just from a different perspective on what you did great and maybe some things that you could try out to potentially have a better result in your next event. So to submit those logs, all you have to do is hop into my Discord. We have this game review channel, and you can use Untapped or 17 lands, or maybe there's some other ways, but any of these clients that logs your games, you can just drop a link in that channel. I'll see it and I'll consider it for reviewing. Joining the Discord is really easy. There's a link in the description of this video. It's totally free, totally open for anybody. There's also a link in my channel description right there. So go ahead, click that link, go to game review, drop a draft log. And honestly, even if you're seeing this after Monday, after that video, drop a draft log for next time, because if people like this and they find it valuable, I'm just going to keep doing this kind of video. All right, let's jump into it. Okay, so to be clear, I really do not know most of these cards, so I'm going to be reading them in real time. I just know what I've learned from basically my 3 to 4-ish drafts of the set. One of them was yesterday, though, and someone played Lion Sash against me. The thing about Lion Sash is this is like a vintage cube card. So you might think this is like, in any environment, one of the most powerful limited cards ever printed. It is very, very powerful. The thing about this card that occurs to me, though, is maybe the reason it's in vintage cube is as a combo buster, because there's like graveyard recursion combos and Lion Sash exiles cards from a graveyard. So yeah, 1/1 for 2 for a white, exile a permanent from a graveyard, or exile a card from a graveyard. If it was a permanent, you put a counter on this permanent, and this creature gets +1/+1 for each. And you can reconfigure it and then give a creature +1/+1 for each +1/+1 counter on this equipment. Reconfigure is you attach it to a creature and treat it as an equipment. So I don't know if it actually is great in this set. It might be too slow, but it sure did a number on me yesterday. So I think it's probably pretty strong. Network Disruptor, I think, is a great card, but very synergistic, and I don't really know the synergies in the format. So yeah, let's just go with Lion Sash. I played Ear of Enlightenment yesterday. I thought it would be awesome, and it was pretty awesome. I mean, it's like awesome for a common, and it ended up being strong for a common, I'd say. Okay, the Dragon Kami Reborn. You gain 2 life. Look at the top 3. Exile one of them with a hatching counter on it. Okay, I can see why people love this set. This is like so many cool cards. Okay, then put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. So you're picking 2 cards off, the 2 best cards out of the top 3, one turn after another. Then you flip it, and when it dies, you can cast a creature. Well, I want to try it out. I don't know if it's good. It does look really slow, but it does gain you life, which is kind of nice for a slow card, right? It gains you 4. That kind of, partially pays you back for the tempo. And it can't be too hard to have your dragon die, right? I guess mainly if you're facing an onslaught of flyers, that would be the way that it's hard to get this to die, but otherwise you can just block with it. Whenever this creature or a dragon you control dies, I can't unfortunately look at the other cards because I took too long to understand this one, but it's interesting that I think you can play this at instant speed. I think this would be irrespective of timing. So if it's on their turn, but that would be after blockers. Okay, Voltage Surge is really strong, so I'm going to default to Voltage Surge. But so this is like a deals 2 damage to a creature, but if you're able to sack an artifact, which I think you can enable not that difficultly, then it deals 4 damage, which is really, really nice for 1. Okay, so 4/3 for 3. At the beginning of combat on your turn, return a vehicle from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste. But I think you'd still have to crew it up, though. return it to its owner's hand at the beginning of your next. And this is a 4/3 for 3, so it's just nicely statted. I did do the vehicles-based white thing yesterday, so I have a weak preference to not do that. But I think I'll take this rare. Like, I could take Voltage Surge, I guess. I don't know. People are passing me Greasefang, which suggests, I mean, I assume everyone at the table knows more about this format than I do. That kind of suggests people don't want to be playing this deck. But I don't like metagaming like that. That's one thing that I really want to emphasize to the community is I just think that metagaming, like thinking about what other people at the table are thinking and then trying to like make the best decision based on that, I think that's just not a good idea. Actually, why don't I make an entire video on that? Because I have some cards to read. That's a deep thought. Like, just make the best decision in every circumstance, regardless of who you're playing with or what you think they're doing. Just try to make the optimal choice. Okay, an understated flyer, 3/3 for 4. Whenever an artifact you control enters, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. To me, that ability sounds very tempting. That ability sounds very, very tempting. Nothing else here looks too fancy. Some aura that puts counters on something. That is not... I on quick inspection, that's extremely unappealing. Okay, so I hesitate to say anything too strong because I'm evaluating most of these cards live for the first time. But that seems extremely unappealing to me. Okay, but Skystorm McCoy, I don't know. Maybe it's too slow for the format, but this format seems like you can kind of do slow, grindy stuff and be okay. Affinity for artifacts. Oh yeah, Reality Heist. Okay, so look at the top 7 cards of your library. You can reveal 2 artifacts and put them into your hand. So you would need to be playing a lot of artifacts. Is that good in this format? There are a lot of artifacts. Why don't I try to do that? I mean, that seems cool. Look at the top 7 and take 2 artifacts. Get the 2 best artifacts out of the top 7. I mean, if you're playing a lot of artifacts, that would be good. So yeah, hey, why don't I think about artifacts? I guess there's also a Sorry Captain. Should I be doing this? Actually, I'm taking a Sorry Captain. I'm gonna take a Sorry Captain because I already saw a good red burn spell, and I feel like there have been good white spells. I did see this blue card that I don't know if it's good, but it seems powerful. So I think, why don't I actually experiment with Boros? I know I'm a complete mess here in terms of colors, but this is just what you have to do sometimes. I'm trying to take what I think is the best card out of every pack, and then I'm going to figure out what the signals actually are. Exile a creature and opponent controls with mana value 4 or greater. That could get stuck in your hand, but you know, it is removal. Each player gains control of all permanents they own. That's basically nothing. And then you flip it into a 1/3 defender that draws a card when it dies. Okay, that actually seems terrible. Banishing Slash, destroy an artifact, enchantment, or tapped creature. Then if you control, I'm going to take the land, I think. Yeah, I got kind of distracted. Okay, I think Befriend the Moths is really bad. I could just take the 2/2, but I think this is a bad 2/2. What do you do? Tax alone, the next spell. Hey, yeah, why don't I do Samurai or Warrior? I got this Asari Captain. So if people are passing me Samurai or Warrior stuff, that's something I could do. Befriend the Moths, the issue is I think it's way too slow. I think it's way, way too slow. So it like hops a creature and gives it +1 and then turns into a 2/4. Sorry if you're a Neo fan and you're like raging at your screen right now. I mean, this is a brand new set to me. So whatever people know about this format, I don't know that. trying to figure it out as if this was day 1 of the format. Okay, Peerless Samurai. So when a Samurai or Warrior attacks alone, the next spell you cast this turn costs 1 less. The thing I don't like about this card is it has a defensive stat line, 2/3 for 3, but it has a offensive. Everything else about it is offensive. You're trying to attack with things. It has menace. So that does not really make sense to me. I don't think any of these cards is particularly good. Let's see, search for an aura or shrine. I was hoping it would find a basic land. I could take Shattered States Era. I think this kind of card, it can be fine. It can be fine. It can be a way of dealing the finishing blow in Boros. I'm actually wondering if maybe I'm just as likely to be blue-red, given the kinds of cards that are coming around. When a Samurai or Warrior attacks alone, okay, why don't I take this for some variety? Actually, why don't I take another Peerless Samurai, and I could try to get like big discounts. Like imagine, I don't know, having 2 of these out, and you're just getting to play like a Sorry Captain for 3, Shattered State Zero for 3. Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably better than... I don't think Imperial Subduer is good. Okay, let's see if... I mean, if people are passing me a bunch of Samurai Warrior payoffs, then hey, maybe that's something. Creatures you control get +2/+0. Oh, okay. I mean, that could do some damage. That could do some damage. When a creature you control attacks alone... Yeah, I mean, the thing is, even if you activate this like 3 times, I guess that would be draw 3, but over the course of 3 turns conditionally, I think I'll just take the mini overrun. I'm not getting a very good creature count for this deck. So should I not be in Boros? Destroy target artifact with mana value 3 or less. That's a sideboard card. Yeah, pick a card. This is usually good when it's on a creature, but not on a just sorcery. +4/+0, when it becomes attached to a creature, tap that creature. And this guy, when it enters, target player mills 3. Okay, so it's a 3/3 for 3 defender. No, thank you. No, thank you. Okay, I'll take a 2/2 for 2. I mean, you know, not the most incredibly compelling thing I've ever seen, but I'll take a 2/2 for 2. And Dragonfly Suit was like fine yesterday. I was playing this in my deck in yesterday's draft video. And, you know, I mean, hey, it has flying. And flying seemed to matter. As long as it's a creature gets +2/+2 to its menace, when it leaves the battlefield, make it 2/2. Yeah, I don't think that's good. Okay. Now, this card's probably strong. So you're a 5/4 for 5 dragon. Oh, yeah, so you would go with my Dragon Kami Reborn. I don't know, should I be in green-white? Should Dragon Kami Reborn and the Blossoming Sands be pulling me into green-white? Kind of just want to play Boros at this point, given that I was past, like... I'm not saying that Peerless Samurai is a good card, but it's a clear lane. If people are passing me that thing, it suggests that they're not doing that deck. Okay. When it dies, choose 1. Look at the top 7 cards of your library, put any number of non-land permanents with total mana value 4 or less from among them onto the battlefield. So these are dies triggers, though. And then put 2 +1/+1 counters on each permanent you control that's a creature. That's powerful, but there's a lot of exile in this set. That's something I was noticing. So I think we should mostly view this as a 5/4 for 5 Flying Vigilance, which is good. But then there are a lot of ways that people can get it off the board or just like pacifism it and have it not die. So maybe some, you know, half of the time or something, though, you'll get the death triggers, put 2 +1 counters on everything. And yeah, and that's very flexible. If you have a big board, you can choose the second mode to buff your board. If you don't have a big board, you can look at the top 7 and you can, you know, get a big board by doing that. Okay, what are we looking at here? Oh, this card is super good. Each opponent loses 1 and you gain 1. This is like the best common in the format. I remember that. I remember that very clearly. Okay, so what are our pulls into red? Not that much. It's very possible that I should take Okiba and I should go black-white, but then I'm a little bit low on playables, aren't I? This is a messy situation, so hopefully someone is getting value out of watching how I navigate this, because I'm not sure if we're seeing our gems back today, but let's see. Okay, so this guy is a 2/1 for 2. When it deals combat damage to a player, discard a creature card. When you do destroy a creature or permanent, that sounds very conditional. What else am I looking at in Boros here? When a Samurai or Warrior attacks alone, you can put this equipment on them. So this would be just stay the course, do the Samurai or Warrior thing. I'm going to speculate on black. It's a little late to be speculating. So this is kind of the last bit of speculation. I mean, not late to be speculating. You can always speculate. It's just probably I need to have a strong candidate deck, and then I'm kind of dipping my toe in some other waters. I can't just be looking all around, you know, trying to figure out what is my even main primary candidate deck at this point. So here I could take Norika Yamazaki, the Poet. 3/2 for 3 Vigilance. When a Samurai Warrior attacks alone, you may cast target enchantment card. I kind of want to do that and just do the, like, what does a deck look like if you take all of the Samurai or Warrior attacks alone stuff? I think that's probably, from a learning the format perspective, and here's a nice transferable lesson. So the other option would be Intercessor's Arrest, by the way. And I was low on removal yesterday, so maybe that's what I should do, just learn my lesson. But here's a transferable lesson for Secrets of Strixhaven. When I'm learning a new set, I often try to just follow the rules one time. Just take an archetype that exists where they're just telling you exactly what to do, like Samurai or Warrior, you control attacks alone. Just get as many Samurai or Warriors and then attack alone with them. Try to follow the rules one time. That's a nice basis for understanding how that deck works. And then you can try to color outside the bounds. Next time you can say, okay, well, I'm not going to take every card that says when a Samurai or Warrior you control attacks alone. I know which ones are good, I know which ones are bad, and I know other effects that I want to put in my deck. But you need to get that baseline of one time trying out what the deck actually looks like in order to be able to make those fine-honed judgments. Okay, now I took the dual lane because there wasn't anything very good in that pack, but I don't think that was a signal. I think it was just bad luck. I think this reconfigure could be good. So one guess I have is reconfigure really helps to get your stuff attacking alone, right? It really helps to get your stuff attacking alone because I can just stack up a bunch of counters on one creature and then attack with it. So when this creature or equipped creature becomes blocked, it deals 1 damage to defending player. I want to take this because I want to be a lot more aggressive. I mean, Repel the Vile would be nice, but I think I'm primarily an aggro deck. I don't think I'm a Born to Drive deck. I was running that yesterday and it seemed fine. It seemed fine, but I think I'm just going to try to be primarily aggressive, which means I'm happy with Savannah Lions, to be honest. That's a very aggressive card, but I think I'm happy with one of those. I also wouldn't hate the Iron Hoof Boar. I like the discard ability on that to just turn it into a combat trick. That's pretty good. Golden Tail Disciple I don't like. I mean, 2/3 for 3 lifelink is such a defensive stat line. So I think I'll just take the 2/1 here. Let's see, what else have we got? So you're a samurai, and you say samurai warrior attacks alone. So that's my initial expectation. We found the open lane, by the way. Definitely Boros is open. I think maybe also green is relatively open in our seat. I guess Imperial Recovery Unit could be fine. I'm a little bit scared of Crew 2. Crew 2 is kind of a lot, actually. And I mainly want to be attacking with my Samurai or Warriors. Okay, so here I could take Befriend the Moss because it does help hop a Samurai or Warrior to make it possible for them to attack alone. Let's see, I have 5 Samurais, 0 Warriors right now. But I'm actually going to take Repel the Vile. Not a very impressive removal spell. There's a lot of stuff that is a bomb that does not have power 4 or greater. But again, yesterday I definitely went too low on having interaction in my deck. So now I want to bias a little bit higher. Let's see, you can search for a basic lane card, reveal it. But okay, that's awesome. I wish I were doing that, but I'm not. I don't think I want the second pump everything. So, okay, I mean, I don't think this card's going to be good, but again, just going a little bit higher on interaction from where I was yesterday seems good. I guess I'll take Ancestral Katana. So I wield this card. That's good news if we're in this lane. I could also take this Warrior, but again, like, it's so super defensively statted for an aggressive card. Gets +2/+1. I'm not sure I'm going to have a lot of extra artifacts lying around. And actually, I think I should have taken it because it's a creature. I think I really need to have creatures. +2/+2 and Menace. I already have one of those and I already don't think it's good. Yeah, I need more 2-drops and stuff. Maybe someone else is drafting. I don't think anyone is drafting like the Samurai or Warrior deck. But I do feel like I'm getting a little bit cut here. Okay, I'll take this. Actually, Kindled Fury could be nice. That's probably better than most of my combat tricks. I want to play basically 0 of these combat tricks. But yeah, a little rough. We're not seeing... Oh, this card like smacked me yesterday. It was rough. It was rough. Yeah, we're not seeing like a lot of 2-drops and that kind of a thing. But I think this card is very good. So it deals 1 damage to each opponent and each planeswalker they control, whatever. Like it enters, you ping them. Then you buff something. Then you just get a 2/2 haste. And you get a bunch of their stuff to get exiled. So this is what I was saying with like exile instead of death triggers. You know, like it would get rid of AO if this were against me. So I'll take that one. I think this is some shrines payoff. What else we've got? Kitsune Ace, Ancestral Katana. Not much. We're not opening very well. AO was a nice open. Oh, Hinata, you say? Could I be a Jeskai deck after all this? Spells you cast cost 1 less to cast for each target. No, this is like Jeskai spells. That's a totally different space from what I'm in. Okay, so I think I'll take the Double Striker. I think it could be fine. It's not a warrior or a samurai. You're a samurai. I guess I could take Aki Ronin. I think I'd rather have the Double Striker, though. I'm hoping I can wheel the Aki Ronin if I've read my seat at all correctly. I do keep wheeling things that say samurai or warrior attacks alone. Okay, we see another Aki Ronin here. I'm happy with an Era of Enlightenment, so that's probably what I'm taking. But what does this do? Oh yeah, green-white was open, I think, then. Okay, what does this do? Exile any number of red cards, blah, blah, blah. Exile the top X cards of your library, and you can play 2 of those until the end of your next turn. Do I want that over Era of Enlightenment? Yeah, probably. So, like, end of your turn, exile the top 5 or whatever, and I can play 2 of them. Yeah, okay. I'll take that. I at least want to experiment with it. But I do need 2-drops. I'm hoping to wheel these Aki Ronins. I'm really hoping to wheel these Aki Ronins. Yeah, I can see why that is wheeling. I think it's probably not that great. I might just take the Scrapyard Steelbreaker. I could take another Equipment Monkey, which is an awesome creature type, by the way. or card type. When another artifact enters, so this is for the like blue-red artifacts deck, which maybe that's where I'm supposed to be. There's also a blue-red duel in here. Maybe I'm undervaluing this card, but I just don't think so. Maybe. It depends on how good mana value 4 or greater is. I think I'm just going to take this. This card might be on paper much better than this card, but I really want the creatures. I really need to be beating down. Moth Rider Patrol is a warrior. Okay, that's awesome. Very happy to see that, actually. Yeah, just a warrior, a flying warrior that can always attack and start triggering my stuff. No, that sounds really good for me. A Fox Pilot. Do I take this and just try to get really aggro with it? I could also take the 4-drop. Kind of like the idea of getting aggro with it. And then I have all these combat tricks to back things up with. It's not a samurai or a warrior, but yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'll take Hotshot Mechanic. I'll take Hotshot Mechanic. Savannah Lines is not usually that good, and I don't really have that many equipments, but I kind of like the idea of just trying to be aggro. Okay, this is good. This is really good for me, right? So I'll go ahead and take the land. And okay, befriending the moths. Okay, no, you're a human samurai. I'll take Peerless Samurai. The discount is not going to matter that much. Okay, now I'm really hoping to wheel Aki Ronin. That's what I'm really hoping to see here. Oh, did I get cut? Or is that next pack? That might be next pack. Okay, so Ancestral Katana, I could take. I think I'll just take the Kitsune Ace. I think this is really, really weak stuff, especially because I don't have vehicles. Being really low on vehicles. Oh, I don't like my deck today either. Darn it. Yeah, being really low on vehicles, I don't think that's good, but just having the creature density seems extremely important. Okay, we did wheel Aki Ronin, thank goodness. No one's in Jeskai spells, so that would have been an available lane to me, but that sounds like pretty advanced mode for my level in this format. I think maybe I cut Wanderer's Intervention, keep the Repel the Vial, take this Aki Ronin, take another Aki Ronin. Super happy to have wheeled those. So it means I was in the right lane. It means I'm getting a version of the Samurai and Warriors deck. Probably cut a Kitsune Ace. No, I mean, I think I just want my deck to be like super aggro. Play this, play 16 lands. Maybe even cut the... No, I think I want to cut the Kitsune Aces, to be quite honest. Even though it makes my mana more awkward, I think that card is just so bad for me. I like never want to draw it. I pretty much never want to draw that card. And I will definitely play March of Reckless Joy. No idea how that ended up in my sideboard. And then a Lucky Offering. Makes sense if that's last pick. Okay, we have a few little cuts to make. Yeah, I mean, you know, hey, maybe we'll just like slide under the opposition and manage to get lethal damage in. All right, pretty awkward deck overall. But basically, we're just trying to curve out and beat down. I mean, I have a lot of tricks and equipment, so not even that high a creature count. But you don't need, basically, we are just trying to attack with one creature at a time. So it's not like a go wide strategy, it's a go tall strategy. So I kind of like the idea of having a bunch of combat tricks and equipment. Seems like they printed a lot of combat tricks and equipment in red and white. So maybe that's, you know, telling me something. And yeah, we basically took every card that says whenever a samurai or warrior you control attacks alone, after I followed the Sasari Captain into adding red as my secondary color. And I think the most open colors in my seat in the various packs were white, red, and green. So very possible I was supposed to be green, white instead. Maybe there was a hint of some blue cards. We did see that one really good black common, but we speculated on it and that dried up immediately. I didn't feel pulled into blue, but again, my card evaluation is just, you know, whatever pops into my head when I first read the card based on, you know, thinking about similar cards that I've seen in format over format. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see how this goes. I could keep this hand and try to March of Reckless Joy my way into a Plains, but somehow that just doesn't seem like a great plan. This looks like a much better hand. I'll probably just put back Shattered States Era here. Could be that I'm supposed to put back Kindled Fury. I guess maybe Shattered States Era is worse in this deck because I'm not going wide, now that I think about it. Okay, let's start with the Plains. In case they play a 1-drop, I don't want to immediately give away that I have Kindled Fury, even though, you know, I don't know how much people know about the cards in this format. All right, pretty unconvincing to slap this down turn 2 with no creatures on the board yet. Would have been nice to have one of my many 1-drops, but okay, what does this do? So when one or more artifacts you control leave the battlefield during your turn, make a 1/1. Only once each turn, and then sack an artifact, deal 1 damage to each opponent and gain 1. That seems very powerful. I have exile target enchantment, but not exile target artifact. Okay. So when a samurai attacks alone, I can pay 1 to put this equipment on it. And then I can cast an enchantment from my graveyard this turn, which I don't think is very relevant in my deck. All right, so we're going to Kindled Fury this guy down. Okay, so... Oh my goodness, I don't even have the second white to do that. I don't even have the second white to... Wait, I don't need a white for something. I just can pay one, not one white. Okay, never mind. Never mind, it's all good. All right, so you block. I'm going to give my guy first strike. Not my favorite use of a resource ever, but we can kill this thing. Okay, you can sacrifice to drain me for one, sure. But you don't get your 1/1. It's only if it happens during my turn. Then I'll go ahead and play this. I might just hold this Sokenzan. I'll hold this Sokenzan for now because, hey, maybe I want to do the channel ability. I don't have any legend. Oh, I do have a legendary creature, so I actually could do this. Okay, that's cool. Unless they kill Narika, in which case I'm in trouble. Hotshot mechanic looking really bad. I mean, if I'd played it on turn 1, I would have been beating down, though. So, that's something. And, you know, my spirits are threats. I can always re-equip the equipment onto this guy and make it a 4/2, which is no joke. Oh, that kind of makes a 4/2 a bit of a joke. Okay, you draw a card. Okay, I like that my opponent's kind of dirtling here. Okay. So I think, oh, interesting. So I could re-equip the equipment to the 2/1 to be able to get damage in, but then I can't do anything else. I think let's play this Steelbreaker. So let's start by attacking with just Narika. I decline to pay 1 to equip the equipment to the creature that's already on. All right, smack you for 5. Oh, my deck is not beating down at all, is it? It's not beating down at all. But okay. Okay, now our board is pretty wide. We have a lot of different options. I did unfortunately have to play my Sokenzan. I have a removal for 1 threat. Scrapyard Steelbreaker can get pretty chunky. Like it can sacrifice the hotshot mechanic, for example, if I just want to increase the damage that it gets in for one day. The anvil's kind of annoying. The fact that they have life gain is kind of annoying. So I evaluated this card as really bad. Maybe it's actually good. Maybe in the format it's actually good. I guess maybe in the format it's good because you can... maybe it's just such a slow format that really slow cards like that are good. I don't know. All right. I'll equip this and then attack with everything. The opponent has something to do. Yeah, this card's so annoying in terms of just my ability to push damage through. It's very, very good at just grinding me down to 0. So black does have like make someone discard something, so I'll definitely just hold the land. Yeah, it just gives them so many little blockers. I can't even really attack with hotshot mechanic next turn. We're kind of getting beaten by this one card. I'm not getting beaten yet, but I'm being held back. I actually wouldn't hate Shattered States Era. So this is power 4 greater, so can't kill that. We're attacking. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. You're not going to be like triple walking or anything. Oh, you're going to sack it and make one. Sure, that's fine. All right, go to my turn. Another land. Well, that's what I get for playing 16 lands, right? That's what I get for playing 16 lands. If you play 16 lands, you're going to draw all of them. That's just the rule. That's just Magic cards. Is a well-known rule of Magic. Okay. All right. Oh, they're just taking the damage? I mean, that's really scary. The fact that they don't even want to chump block, they're just like, okay, I'll go to 7. That's fine. It just means they have removal here. And they're just not scared at all of my beatdown. And they shouldn't be, right? They have 6 cards in hand and a stable board. So... All right, down comes Network Terminal. Okay, play creature. Flicker your thing, basically. Sure. Hotshot mechanic. I'm feeling pretty ready to go to the next game. I don't really think we're gonna get out of this, but I guess maybe I can still draw my bomb. I'm not going to concede just yet because I could still draw my bomb. All right, you block. I just needed a faster start. And I think maybe maybe there's a reason. I mean, as the person playing this right now who knows the format least probably of like everyone who's committing gems to play this on Arena, I imagine it's mostly people who know the format. Probably I'm the sucker for being in this lane. It's very possible I just built the deck wrong, but also probably I'm the sucker for just deciding to do this deck. Like there's a reason, presumably, that people were passing around this archetype. There have to be open archetypes at any draft table. There's 10 archetypes in most formats and 8 people at the table. So you're not like always wrong to be following the open lane. But, you know, if other people have archetype evaluations already solidified, then they're going to avoid the cards that they know to be in the worst archetype. And I'm going to see those cards passing by and say, okay, I'm gonna hop into that because that's clearly an open lane. Which just speaks to the importance of knowing what the common opinions are, just being aware of what people's archetype evaluations are broadly. Okay, how do we make our terrible deck a little bit better? I guess maybe Ambitious Assault can go away and I'll play another 2-drop, but do nothing 2-drops are not what we're looking for. So I guess I'll put in this mini overrun effect. But yeah, I suspect, I don't know how red-white technically stacks up in the archetype rankings, but I suspect I got put into a trap by people who know the format. All right, can you pair me against another noob, please? No comment on my opponent. I was thinking that before I saw who I was paired against or anything. I have no information about this particular player. Just it's, you know, flashback drafts. I like to explore the old formats. And I happen to know most of the formats for the last few years. So for me, it's like a nostalgic trip down memory lane most of the time. But it's rough when you don't know the format and everyone else does, right? Like you're evaluating all these cards for the first time. I'm probably going to get ninjutsu'd here, but I really don't want to trade off Aki Ronin. It's rough. It's like, you know, these people are just like stunting on you because they know every single thing about what they're supposed to be doing. And you're like, what does that card do? What does that card do? So if you do jump into these flashback drafts, just beware. That's often the dynamic. That is often the dynamic. Okay, so I actually can turn 4 AO, quite possibly. The thing is they are in white, which has a bunch of exile effects. So it's always possible I'd rather just slap down something else. But I don't really want to play scared. I think I just want to play my bomb if they give me the opportunity. I suspect they're going to attack. They seem like a very aggressive deck, in which case I'll send in probably Aki Ronin. Oh, interesting. Do I just take the 5? Well, I'm not going to be attacking with Aki Ronin, but how much do I want the Pilfer ability? Maybe not that much. Maybe I just block there. I guess they could have a pump spell. That's fine. This thing has Death Touch, so... Okay, that's perfectly fine. I do not care about that. Protecting their 1/1 Death Toucher is, like, not the most impressive use of that. All right, in with the Samurai. All right, let's see if this guy's any good. I have high-ish hopes. I think this is probably not very good. If it were a 3/2 for 3 Menace, I think it would be a lot better. I think this card's probably very held back by being a very aggressively slanted card in a aggressively slanted deck with a defensively slanted stat line. Kind of makes no sense. I'm not going to trade off AO here. I think I want to have the 5/4 Vigilance. I'm not trying to get it killed. And Wanderer's Intervention is going to be good against the Jukai trainee now that they spent their Tameo Safekeeping. Although you always have to ask, did they spend it because they have another one? Okay, you make a 4/5. Ooh, Repel the Vial. Hello there. Well, I think I just attack with AO. Could also play an Aki Ronin, I guess. I think attacking with AO seems pretty good. I guess I can play Aki Ronin, take another 5, and kill the Jukai trainee. Kind of want to grow my board to make AO better. Okay, you come back and you are a 3/3. You get +1/+1 for each artifact and or enchantment. So I probably want to repel the vial on that more than I want to repel the vial on the random 4/5 planes. Hopefully the opponent's nearly out of gas. This has been quite a beatdown. Let's see. They probably have more combat tricks and stuff. They haven't evinced having a Oblivion Ring to take out AO without it dying. I would hope that I can get them in, like, the best case scenario would be that I can get them into combat and kill some stuff off to make Michiko killable when they wouldn't have expected it to be. That's the best case scenario. Okay, come in with a +1 counter when it dies. If it had counters, put them on a creature you control. Okay. And another Harmonious Emergence. Holy smokes. Okay, I mean, that's just kind of sickening. And now I cannot find lands. Okay. No, that's really, really bad. Because I can only play Repel the Vile or Wanderer's Intervention in a turn, and I can't even grow my board. Yeah, now I think I'm pretty much just toast again. Oof, this has been a tough run in this format. Okay, how do I win? Very hard to say. I guess AO trading off with a Plains. These guys even have Vigilance. I guess AO trading off of the Plains, trying to kill Fang of Shigeki. What? You just ripped that off the top? Are you kidding me? Okay. Well, that's brutal. Do I want to put 2 +1s on each of my creatures, making a 4/5 and a 3/4? That could be good. Yeah, actually, that could be good, right? I think that makes some things blockable. That's probably better. I have enough issues with not being able to play anything in my hand. And then we'll just... So if Michiko attacks, I'll just exile Fang of Shigeki. Okay. Or I can't exile Fang of Shigeki. I can Wanderer's Intervention it if it attacks, I mean. Okay, yeah, I think we just shoot that guy, because this 4 damage is not really going to kill anything. So now we wish we had played the Ancestral Katana, but if they hadn't done that, I would have repelled the Vile. Wow. No, cannot find a land. Okay, my deck's clearly terrible. Okay. I'll go ahead and play, I guess, what? Simian Sling, Ancestral Katana. I don't have anything with Vigilance anymore. Yeah, nope, can't play anything. Okay, so, but we're actually stable here because we can block the plains, exile Michiko, and take 3. So we actually are stable, just barely, because we have 2 5 toughness creatures. Kind of wish I'd gotten more creatures on the board before. Okay, well, first let's see, before blockers, let's see if Michiko gets exiled. If you top decked another relevant card, then it's just like I can't really do anything about that. They've had kind of perfect interaction so far. All right, so I'll probably just block there, and then yeah, let's actually block the Jukai trainee. I think it's worth dropping in life points for a bit. If they top decked a combat trick, then I mean, what are we really supposed to do at the end of the day? Like, they just went how many relevant cards off the top in a row? What did they find? Okay, they just top decked another combat trick. Perfect timing. Okay, all right, hey, it happens. We're still not technically dead, but they need to stop having perfect top decks soon for us to have any hope, any hope. So Simian Sling's just gonna chump block a plains now. Okay, time for you to just draw a land or something. Have some chill, please, with your draws. Just have some chill with your draws for once ever. Okay, all right, and we get actually Moth Rider Patrol is not bad. So can I make an attack? Like, can I attack with the Steelbreaker? I'm pretty low, but it's not like I think I am going to attack with the Steelbreaker, to be quite honest. I don't really want to pilfer here, but I think I can, make a trade on offense, I guess. Seems better, seems like a better use of my mana. But yeah, I'm not going to pilfer. And it's really hard for them to block, right? I actually don't think they really can block here. Right, because I can just sack Simian Sling. Oh, I guess I can double block with the 2 plains, but that's okay. Then we're just trading. Then we're just back to trading. But they can't block with Plains and Iron Apprentice is important. I mean, they can, but then they're trading 2 for 1. Okay, I can't just dome them for 10 here, so unfortunately. All right, I'll go ahead and play my Moth Rider Patrol, which is like not that far from lethal. Well, Simian Sling's almost certainly gonna die here. I'm almost certainly just gonna have to chump block. But if I were able to configure this onto the Moth Rider Patrol and then also stack up the Ancestral Katana, it's 1 damage short of lethal. But I'm guessing Simian Sling is actually when it becomes blocked. No, yeah, when Equipped Creature becomes blocked. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I guess I could also have put the Ancestral Katana on the Steelbreaker. Or the Simian Sling on the Steelbreaker, but then it wouldn't have been lethal because they would have had to block for it to deal damage. The +1 wouldn't have pushed it to lethal because I would have had to sacrifice the sling to get +2/+1 anyways. You have a removal spell? Oh, man. Do you? All right, block. Could give my Steelbreaker +2/+1, but I don't think that matters. All right, what have we got? What have we got? Oh, tense game. Oh my goodness, what? Okay, interesting. They didn't want to do this before combat? Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter. I was just going to chump block anyway, so that makes sense. Oh, man. Well, okay, I do actually get to pilfer that. So you are a warrior, right? And I still have my Aki Ronin. So next, we'll attack with Moth Rider Patrol. I will equip. Okay, at least we get to pilfer away the land. That's really nice, right? All right, pilfer the land. Oh, no, are you kidding me? Well, that's really painful. Okay, but still, I think we're okay. I'll re-equip there. I'm gonna have to chump a Plains, perhaps. +1 on something and it gains... Yeah, well, they still have to deal with my Moth Rider Patrol, so we're winning on board, but it's very fragile. Because if they find anything here... Because this gains Vigilance... Okay, all right. I think we're good. I think we're good to go. Yeah, we got there. Whoa, tight magic. They just drew gas into gas into gas. But my draws were not so shoddy. I mean, finding that flyer was really crucial. I feel like I'm never starting out on the front foot, though. That's really weird. Like, yeah, I don't know. Like, should I just be playing the Kitsune Aces to just have something? But I highly doubt with no vehicles. Even with vehicles, that card seems bad. I kind of want another Shattered States era, to be honest. Maybe Ambitious Assault actually would be good for me. Maybe I take that over... Over what, though? Kind of nothing. There's no way Gift of Wrath is any good, right? It just cannot be. Maybe instead of the Dragonfly suit, let's play another Peerless Samurai. Like, I feel like I'm either flooded or everything's stuck in my head. Stuck in my hand. But flying is really good. But flying was specifically good because that was a relevant creature type warrior. Menace is not that different from flying. Yeah, no, I think I have no real changes to make. Too bad. I probably was supposed to lean green-white, to be honest. Yeah, tough lands. Okay, well, I can't mulligan this. It's actually better because Aki Ronin. If I can get some attacks in with Aki Ronin. Okay, all right. Aggro versus aggro. I remember this card from, I don't know, what was this in? The Arena Cube, maybe? It was in something like that. Yeah, Aki Ronin can help me pilfer my way to a Plains or throw away my white cards if I can't find a Plains. But it does need to be attacking. But I can play Aki Ronin and then play the Simian Sling and configure it, which is not a great use of a turn, but okay. Oh, but they're not. I was hoping they would be like 5 colors or something. But they just found another color that they already have. Boring. Okay. So Aki Ronin comes down as a 2/3. Or 2/4, sorry. When attacks alone, I can probably just pilfer away like Kindled Fury or something. Well, right now, probably pilfer away Yorika, but cast an enchantment from your graveyard is like, yeah, I could always bring back Echoing of Kumano. That's pretty cool, right? I'm curious what Rakdos is about in this set. It seems awesome, actually. You have comment on your turn. You may pay 1 and sacrifice an artifact. If you do, make it 3/1 with haste. Wow. And you can kill my Aki Ronin? Well, that's completely brutal. Yeah. That's really unfortunate for me. Okay, but I got my Plains, so Aki Ronin's less important now. Ronin is less important now. I got my planes. All right, so you have haste but not menace. I doubt that they want to block it, but why don't I give them that option? Because then I'll just Kindled Fury and play my monkey. That would tell me a lot about their deck if they're willing to block here. And also, I have Eureka, so if it dies, I get to just play it from the bin later on. So this guy can already sack Rabbit Battery and turn it into a 3-1. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. Just don't kill Eureka, please. But I imagine Rakdos has no shortage of removal. Oh, they're playing white? Interesting. So, but they didn't want to find a plains, I guess because they already had this. Okay, all right. You get a 3-1. No, I mean, that's really good, obviously. They're holding back on me. Okay, curious. All right, let's go ahead and attack with everything. So they're holding up mana, though, which is very scary to me. The fact that they're holding up mana is very scary to me. They can see my synergy as well now. They know that if Echoing of Kumano goes to the bin, it's not dead forever. I think I want to hold it back. I'll just play Moth Rider Patrol. I don't know what they're doing, but I really don't want to play a combat trick into open mana. I think I'm just going to stack this Sling on the Moth Rider Patrol and give them a removal target that is not Eureka. Get ready for a nice attack next turn. And if I block with Echoing of Kumano, then I'm very happy. It's like really hard for them to attack. Oh, they didn't spend any removal. I guess it didn't necessarily mean that they had something to do because they probably held back the tap land until they didn't have something. You see what I mean? They probably held back the tap land for turn 4 because they didn't have a 4-drop in their hand, not because they had a 2-drop that they were trying to make sure that they could play. All right, so in with Moth Rider Patrol, stick the Katana on it, and I'm the beatdown somehow. We're both sort of the beatdown, but right now I'm the beatdown. I'm more the beatdown. Maybe I should be attacking with everything. I'm just very concerned about over-committing by putting Kindled Fury on something when they have so much black, red, and white open mana, so much removal that they could have in response. Okay, Reckoner's Bargain. Oh, okay, all right, they're kind of digging. Okay, I don't hate that at all. I don't hate that at all. They do have a handful of stuff now, but the fact that they were digging gives me some hope. All right, they play a 3-4. That does not have reach, so we'll see if they can destroy Moth Rider Patrol. Dragonfly Suit. Yeah, that's a backup Moth Rider Patrol, isn't it? All right. In with the Patrol. And decline to attach. Yeah, okay, I'm glad that I'm playing the Moth Rider Suit in this spot for sure. I mean the Dragonfly Suit. Having a backup flying creature is much better than having another of that 2-3 menace that I was thinking of cutting the suit for. Let's see, they're on a 3-turn clock. Actually, now it's a 2-turn clock. Okay, if you can play a bunch of artifacts. I thought that this card, when I saw this card in the pack yesterday, I immediately thought it was terrible. It just looks so slow. But the way that it would be good is if there is like an amazingly synergistic Jeskai deck, or sorry, blue-red artifacts deck, which I think is the theme of blue and red. If it's so synergistic that you can just be, you know, sticking a bazillion things on it, sticking a bazillion counters on it, then I guess it could be good, like a good build around. Late format build around kind of a card, perhaps. So, and also they do have some artifact entering synergy stuff going on. I wonder if they're just playing this as an artifact. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, we're getting in for a lot of damage here. That's a lot of damage. I guess I'll keep this in my hand. No need to put all my equipment on the thing that's going to unbecome a creature. All right, we got there. Hey, flying was good. Yeah, I have a very high opinion of Moth Rider Patrol now. It seems particularly good in this red-white deck. As someone who does not know the format at all, if I get another win, I'll be very happy with that performance. Get another win, get 1,000 gems back. I'll be very happy with that. I don't need all my gems back. Paying 500 gems for this draft, you know what? It was a fun draft. That would be fine. But paying $12.50 for this draft would be a bit brutal. So I'm definitely hoping to get a win in the next 2 games. Or a win before I get 2 losses. Okay, this looks like a good hand, right? I mean, I do have this awkward gap in my curve at the 2-drop slot, so that is a little unfortunate. And you can't really play March of Reckless Joy for 2 for X = 1. Okay, but AO makes the situation a little better, I guess. So really, I want to go turn 2, nothing, unfortunately. Turn 3, Imperial Subduer. Okay, now I have a good turn 4 play. I was going to say, like, turn 4, is that when I play March of Reckless Joy? But now that's when I play Scrapyard Steelbreaker, if I can find the land. Natural ban to basics. Oof. And I cannot, for the life of me, draw a land here. So hopefully I get a land next turn. If not, I'm definitely going to do a march to just find a land. Okay, what do you do? Holy cow, you play this and you immediately get 2 forests back? Oh my goodness. What is my life? I can't even. Okay. Gets +1 for each land you control. So I need to find a removal for that. Put a land from your graveyard on top of your library does nothing. But yeah, no, you're going to make a giant freaking creature. But I guess I can tap it down with the Subduer. I guess I play this so that I can... I don't know. I don't even know what to do. Do I just play this to get a land? The issue is then I cannot play anything else. Ugh, I really need to be hitting my lands. So I think I'm just going to do it. I could also exile the Scrapyard Steelbreaker. The issue is... if I do that, I cannot play whatever I find off of the land. So this is basically 3 mana, fetch a land, and don't do anything else with your turn. That sounds so terrible. I think I don't even want to contemplate it. I think let's just play the Double Striker. I don't know. This is kind of good as a surprise 4 damage off of Ninjutsu. So even though it's not mana efficient, maybe I go for Lion Sash. You know, reconfiguring could be good. Reconfiguring that onto my flyer could be good. I mean, I wish I'd just drawn enough lands, but... I do wish that I had just drawn enough lands. That's something I wish. If you do gain 3, you bounce your enchantment and gain 3. Are you kidding me? Okay, it's GG. It's GG. They didn't do it. Okay, all right. So they're not fearing the beatdown, apparently. Oh, I still cannot draw land. Okay, all right. I mean, I'm on 16 lands, so this will happen, but what can I say? All right. In with Imperial Subduer. Tap down your Kami. I'm glad they didn't gain the life. I guess they just want the creature. Oh, I get it. Well, I am toast. I am toast. I'm just going to maybe throw away March of Reckless Joy. I just want lands. Okay, well, at least that's a land, right? At least that is a land. I will Regent's Authority onto this one. Oh no, wait, what am I doing? This gives... oh, hold on. Oh, I thought it had 3 power. Okay, well, my bad. No, I don't know why. I thought this had 3 power, not 3 toughness. Okay, well. We were not going to be winning this game. Unforced error for absolutely no reason. Just hallucinating the power of their creature, but I think we were dead a long time ago. Okay, so go ahead and play this. You have reach. I can't even. So you have reach, and even AO cannot attack through you. Yeah, I guess the way to do this is like go wide or something. I don't really know. Put a counter on something, gains vigilance. If you're 7/7 reach and you're let's go to the next game. This is not gonna happen for us. They can bounce this and just start gaining life and stuff. Yeah, it was not gonna happen. Shouldn't have thrown away my creature, obviously, or my combat trick, obviously, but all right, now I need to win the next game. There's 750 gems on the line, which is quite a lot. This is a good moment if you might want to submit a draft for review to go join the Discord and pull up a game log. 17 lands, untapped, whatever works for you, and send it to me. Put it in the game review channel. I'll see it, and I'll consider it for tomorrow's video. And if it's after Monday and the video has already happened, just pop it in there anyways, because again, if people like this concept and get value out of it, I'll totally do it again. All right, holding us back. I'm not going to attack into that. I'll just play my Aki Ronin. This is not a samurai or warrior, so I can't even pilfer off of that attack. This is the card that is like my one payoff for my deck. They are on double red, which is interesting. I'm guessing they're probably not mono red, but they kept a hand without their other color, perhaps. Or they're mono red. They could just be mono red. All right. Oh, hello, AO. Hello, AO. All right, so let's start with a Aki Ronin attack. Am I going to throw something away? Actually, do I just attack with everything here? Play Windscarred Crag, attack with everything, and Kindled Fury. Nah, I don't think I care that much about that. Let's just go in with Aki Ronin. I don't think I'm going to pilfer. I guess I could pilfer something and hope to draw a 2-drop. I really barely have 2-drops in my aggro deck, though. I guess maybe I should be attacking with the mechanic and trying to push damage. I just am hoping to get something a little bit better from Kindled Fury. I don't really want to spend that resource right now. Just to kill a little 1/1 monkey. Okay, they found their other land. I'm hoping to use this to take down a creature that I would not be able to attack through otherwise, right? That's my hope. All right. Oh, this card I think is really good. I almost got pulled into green by this card in yesterday's draft. Mill 3, make a 1/1, then make it a 2/2, then make a 1/1, then make a bunch of 1/1s. Seems like a powerful card. Yeah, seems like a powerful card. All right. So now we have options to not play Soken Zan if we don't want to. And I think I'll probably go in with just Aki Ronin again, I guess. Because I'm about to play a 3/4 blocker. Still don't really want to spend my combat trick. Still don't really want to pilfer. So just bonk them for 1. This is an attack trigger. So yeah, they have to be able to attack to make that happen. All right, and let's see if we can get them to spend some removal on the Steelbreaker rather than on AO. I'm guessing there isn't a lot of exile in red and green, though. The only thing I can think of is that 2/2 that when it deals damage, exile something. When something takes damage, it gets exiled instead of dying. That's in red, but I'm guessing, I mean, they don't have Oblivion Ring, they don't have pacifism, so hopefully the main way that AO goes down is by dying. And I have a pretty wide board at this point. Putting +2 on everything would be nice. So I guess I don't really need to care about removal that much. It's possible if they remove the Steelbreaker that I play Asari Captain. Instead of AO. To try to make my board wider when AO dies. But probably not. Probably just play AO. Alright, down comes a Preserver. Put a counter on target creature. Okay, alright. Oh, don't hate that at all. Alright, so I'm going to play this. Let's see. I could attack with the Steelbreaker. I could play Asari Captain, attack with the Steelbreaker, but I think let's just play AO. Seems like the move. And if they kill it next turn, all my stuff becomes gigantic. I think that's the move. I think that's the move. All right, this guy comes in. They did miss a land drop also. Worth knowing. So when it attacks, you can make a 1/1, exile a non-creature, and put a +1/+1 on creature you control. Lion Sash would be nice against that guy. You have a bite spell? Okay. Yeah, so AO ends up dying, but I get to put 2 +1/+1 counters on everything. That's definitely the mode I'm going to choose. Oh, you have another bite spell to stack? That's really bad for me. Well, didn't think about that. I did not know that that would be happening. No, that's really... No, I didn't think about 2 removal spells, one after another. No, good for the opponent. Yeah. All right, good for the opponent. All right, in with the Steelbreaker, because this is a warrior. So attack with a 7/6. And I have a first strike trick up. It's really hard to block. All right, love the triple block. Love that that's where your mind is going. All right, good thing I saved Kindled Fury, right? This is why I saved it, my friends. This is why I saved the Kindled Fury. This time I know how to use my combat tricks. All right. Okay, yeah, see, AO, the double removal spell was a little bit rough stuff for us on the AO, but hey, we got there anyways. All right, you know what? And this is how you approach a new draft format, my friends. Yesterday, did my first ever online draft of Neo. I don't know the data. I've barely looked at them ever. I've drafted this set in paper twice with friends and got smashed both times. And both of those drafts were like probably 2+ years ago. So, you know, just approaching it blank. Got 2 wins, 3 losses on my first draft. Don't be discouraged, you know, drafting in a environment where a lot of people, I was paired first thing yesterday with like a top 1000 roughly mythic player who clearly knows this format like the back of their hand. They were playing really slow, really carefully, and every card they played was a banger. Learned a lot about the format from them though, just from watching what cards they were playing and how they approach decisions. So then you just get better, you know, get better the next time. So today I'm playing it. Feel like I had some learnings from yesterday about specific cards and also just about the format in general. Tried out a different archetype and now I'm already on 3 wins. So next, hopefully tomorrow, if I played it, I'll be that much smarter about the format. I'm not going to, but like, I'm not going to record it, but I might just play it for fun. Be that much smarter about the format. And hey, maybe tomorrow I'll get 4 wins. Or maybe it'll be back to 2 wins and then the next day I'll be up to 4 wins, you know? Just getting better every single day. Okay, so when you cast an enchantment spell, it gets bigger. And yeah, this card seems really good, but I do have Repel the Vile. So I'm just going to play Imperial Subduer, swing in. I will tap the Kami, and right now I'm not going to pilfer the land because I really want to hit my 4-drop next turn. But after that, I'm going to pilfer every single land I see, basically. Game land is like kind of annoying. What is this? Some rare into a rare? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Into an enchantment creature with the enchantment creature synergy deck. What is your deck? Are you kidding me? Okay, I'm sorry. Well, I just want to take a moment to appreciate the gamer that I'm playing against. They played a 2/2 rare. When you cast an enchantment, put a +1/+1 on this creature. At the beginning of an end step, if an enchantment was put into a graveyard from the battlefield, you can return this card from your graveyard to your hand. So killing it, if I don't exile it, is not very good. At least this says exile. Then they play Weaver of Harmony, an enchantment creature, so they buff it. Other enchantment creatures you control get +1/+1, so it buffs. Oh no, it doesn't buff this creature, but still, it already put a counter on this creature. And you could copy the triggered ability of this thing getting a +1/+1 counter. Then they roll that into an enchantment creature. I don't know the set, but I'm guessing if you could just pick what you want your curve out to be, you know, that has got to be pretty high up the list, right? I guess I'll tap down your Death Toucher. That has got to be pretty high up the list. I don't think I'm supposed to throw that away. I mean, I think I'm just going to Repel the Vile. There is the Hexproof trick, so I'm just going to do that right now. This card seems a little bit too good to be allowed to live, especially when they have Weaver of Harmony out. That has got to be one of the best curve outs you could possibly design in the set. Like this on 2 into this on 2 plus this double spelling. I mean, that's awesome. So this is another learning experience for us, right? This is what it looks like to build the enchantment deck and to get all the payoffs for it. Clearly a sweet deck. And hey, next time if I want to draw the enchantment deck, I'll draw inspiration from what I'm seeing right now. So horrible taps by the auto tapper. Not what I want to do at all. I'll go ahead and play this. Surely I do not attack here. Actually, I probably do, right? Am I going to block this Fang with my Imperial Subduer? Yeah, probably. Yeah. No, I like that. Okay, so, I mean, presumably they have gas left in their 3 remaining cards. But if they don't, if they, by some miracle, have played out all their good stuff, then we actually have a pretty good setup here. Because I assume they're going to attack with these 2 at least. And then Kindled Fury is going to eat something. I think this card's really good. I don't know for sure, but draw a card, then discard twice. So you loot twice, and then it turns into a 2/3 flyer. And I think flying is really good in this set. Oh, that's awesome. I love that. Yeah, what's the blue? So this is not the green-white enchantments deck, which is really interesting. I thought that was the enchantments deck. So now we're seeing something interesting, a blue-green enchantments deck. I can see why people love this set. It seems really cool. It seems like a really deep set. It's Thirst for Knowledge, classic card. Okay, all right. All right, I'm hoping they attack with their 4/4. They might just not, because I do have a face-up double block. Scrapyard Steelbreaker plus Aki Ronin. But they might just be happy with that double block anyways, especially since they're about to start gaining value. Okay, they're not. They're not. They said, I am not content. Okay, Shattered States Era. Should I just snap it up and attack with everything? I'm getting cracked back for everything, but then I'm going to buff all of my stuff. And I'm about to play a flyer. Do I wait one more turn so that my flyer benefits from the +1? when you do this kind of effect, you want it to be lethal, but I don't think I have that kind of time. It's more mana efficient to just play it. They get to block my Scrapyard Steelbreaker though, because I don't also have the mana to play Kindled Fury on top of everything. I can't sneak through flying damage after next turn because Vector Glider is going to be in existence. I also can't attack with Akirune in here. And I'm taking 4, 5, 6, 7 potentially on the crackback. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It could be if they decide not to block. I really want my combat trick up when I do that. Okay. Yeah, I think let's wait one more turn. But if they do anything, I'm just like out of gas here. Okay, I'm just going to make it... I don't want to make it so obvious that that I have a combat trick here. So I'm just going to make it look like I'm thinking of trading my 3-2 for their 2-2. And I'll definitely play my combat trick into this. We're in a situation where if they have any interaction, I'm just going to lose. Like, I can't play around combat tricks here. I have to spend my resources and just ask them to show me that they have something, right? So I like this. I like this. I like getting that off the board. If they play like 2 small creatures here, that's the nightmare scenario. Okay, I don't hate that. It does make attacking with all my stuff really awkward though. So you grabbed another one of those. Actually, I do kind of hate that, don't I? I do kind of hate that. What actually am I supposed to do? Like, I can take the Blossom Prancer and attack with 2. Yeah, actually, because when I buff everything, I do get some attacks in. But the problem is it's just trades with their 4 power creatures. Okay, I can see that this card's not actually particularly good. I was kind of hopeful that it would be in this format, but I can see that it's not actually good. So the other option would be tap something, tap this down with Moth Rider Patrol, attack with Imperial Subduer, and tap the Jukai Preserver, or sorry, attack with Scrapyard Steelbreaker and do that. Yeah, unfortunately, maybe I have to do one more turn of this. So before blocks, I'm going to need to tap something. So attack with this guy. I will tap down that thing. Then I'll also tap down that thing. Well, the auto tapper just gave away that I don't have a combat trick. Thank you, auto tapper. Oh my goodness. Not what I'm looking for. Okay. And then they get a flyer. No, I'm toast. I mean, there was no turn when Shattered State Zero was going to do it. I could have gotten them to a lower looking life total, but Blossom Prancer into Blossom Prancer. Wow, this card is amazing. You can just choose to gain 4 as well. I mean, that's unreal. This card must be really strong. And they found both Seiju reaches skyward. Let's see. Maybe if I rip AO off the top and then I can trade it for something. I'll play for a few more turns. Hey, maybe I can just grab an AO. Maybe I can just grab an AO. Maybe that's what's going to happen here. All right, I'm going to take this and see if you want to trade your guy off. I'm anticipating they just take it. All right, beatdown is, I beat down. I technically beat down. I technically did damage to my opponent. All right, Boseiju reaches skyward. Okay. What do I think about this card? It's incredibly strong. You just got 4 forests out of your library. Weaver of Harmony seems so sick. This card was in the Arena Cube, not the Vintage Cube, but the... Okay, hey, that's kind of fun. That's kind of fun. All right. Am I just going to do this for 5? Look at the top 10 and take 2 cards out of the top. So then I'd probably want to do that on their turn, right? I mean, the other thing I could do is use the Moth Rider Patrol. How much does that leave for me? 4, 5, 6? No, it doesn't leave enough to do the other thing. Okay, so let's attack with Scrapyard Steelbreaker. Do I want to attack alone? Or do I want to attack with everything? Attacking with everything seems really bad. So I think Shattered State Zero got kind of wasted here. All right, so I will tap Blossom Prancer, I guess. I don't know. Definitely not pilfering. I'm kind of liking just watching their deck totally go off here, though. Okay, so I could sack a hotshot mechanic, but I can't sacrifice another card. So, okay, just make a trade. Trade for the reach creature. It happens. Now this is until the end of your next turn. So I can do this at the end of their turn and just get a bunch more cards to play. Okay. I mean, I guess there's also the warrior that makes my warrior get +1/+0. Like, for example, maybe Moth Rider Patrol can get really chunky in the air. That kind of requires them to have nothing. And they're also about to get a really big reach creature. So I think we're one turn away from resigning. But let's see. There's also a gain 3 effect that they can copy. No, this is awesome to watch this go off. I mean, this is the deck that I want to play for sure. Simic, Ramp, Life Gain, Sagas. I can see why people like this set. Yeah, I'm just gonna see what I get off of March of Reckless Joy, but I think our days are numbered. This card seems so good. It's like the there was a dragon with this ability in Tarkir Dragonstorm, and it was just so good. You're gonna make my stuff get -4. Okay, our opponent is stunting on us. That's fine. They can have their fun. I'm gonna have to chump block something. Okay, well, I'll just take that if you only attack with one thing. I choose to just take that. All right, end of turn. March of Reckless Joy for 5. Exile the top 5, and I can play up to 2 of those cards. Does this do it? So I could attack with Moth Rider Patrol. Okay, so just thinking out loud, I could tap something with the Moth Rider Patrol. Or no, here's what I do. I attack with Moth Rider Patrol, tap down their Blossom. Attack with this, tap down the Blossom Prancer. Pilfer. Okay. Now, why wasn't I able to ninjutsu? Oh, because it's not even in my hand. Ninjutsu is activated from your hand. I can only cast this. Okay, never mind. I thought I could do 4 damage off of this and another 1 damage, but I can't even do that. Okay, all right. Nah, they got me. That was sweet. But hey, we learned a lot. So this is my last Neo draft for a long time. It's really hard to learn these sets on Flashback, isn't it? This has been a nice experience for me to empathize with people who like tried to draft Bloomburrow on Flashback but didn't know it. It's hard to break in when everyone else knows the format. But okay, I mean, hey, yesterday we got 2 wins. Today we got 3 wins. Maybe tomorrow, if we drafted it, we would get 4 wins. But I'm really hoping that tomorrow I will have enough draft logs in my Discord that I will be able to do a draft review video. So stay tuned for that. And then, of course, on Tuesday, I'm going to be drafting Secrets of Strixhaven. So until tomorrow, have tons of fun playing Magic, everyone, and don't be afraid to splash.